Good morning. I love this time of year and I love this time of day. The sun just peeked out as the morning haze is burning off. Happy middle of June. We're almost to the summer solstice. This time of year, I love it because you have such long days. I like naturally wake up. Well, I kind of wake up at between 4:30 and 5 any day, but now I get to wake up between 4:30 and 5, and it's kind of light out. And if it isn't, it's going to be very, very soon. So it's a new day. And what's always the message of a new day? The message should be for all of us is learn the lessons from what has happened before, but then move on. And it's the toughest thing to do to not live in the past. And we all do it. We all go back and relive the past. We all go back and say, I wish I would have, I wish I should have. We all look back and go, God, if I'd have done this or if I'd have taken this left turn. You know what we don't do is we don't go back as often and look at all the times when we did something right, when we took the turn that we were supposed to take, when we decided, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot as opposed to that, and it worked out. We don't give ourselves nearly enough credit. But the biggest thing that we need to do is we need to give ourselves credit and gratitude first, learn the lessons, and then move on. It's a new day. You know, the the whole prayer for sobriety is a wonderful prayer just to how to live life. Grant me the serenity to control the things that I can, to accept those things that I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. I mean, that is such a way to look at everything that we need to deal with in our life. There are many things that are out of your control. What can you control? Your response to all of those things. We always have control over ourselves. We always have control over our emotions. We have control over our response to those particular things. And where does all that start? It all starts with our physiology. Now, do we control things all the time? No. And I'm just as guilty. I've studied this stuff for a long time. I'm now some world expert on NLP. Does that mean that I don't respond sometimes? No, absolutely not. I'm still human, and we're all human. But we don't stay there. We have this thing in the Tony world called the 90-second rule that we're not going to suffer for more than 90 seconds. So when something comes up and you might have a response to it, then you go, okay, 90 seconds is up. It's time to stop suffering. Am I successful 1,000% of the time? Probably not. But that's why morning priming is so important, because when you start yourself off with gratitude and with flooding yourself with all of the things that you've done right in your life, then you set the tone for the remainder of the day. So even when something goes like it's not supposed to, our refrigerator conked out yesterday. Okay, bummer, but is it the end of the world? No, it's not the end of the world. Are we going to survive? Yeah, I think we'll probably survive the fact the refrigerator is going to be gone for a couple of days. I think we can probably be okay. So it's easy to let those things, when they go wrong, ruin your day, ruin your week, ruin your month. It's easy to look backwards and constantly be saying, God, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done that, or why didn't I do this earlier? Why? But the problem with all of that is it doesn't benefit you. And then all of a sudden you're going to be 65, 75, 95, and you're going to look back and go, God, I wish I would have done all of these things in my life. Oprah did a great show one time on all of these people who had done amazing things in their life, who had had near-death experiences when they were younger. And universally, they all said the same thing. That experience made them understand just how precious life is and how much they need to grasp every day in order to live the life that they want. I got to go back and find the photo. There's a picture as Voyager was leaving our galaxy. It turned around and took a photo of the Milky Way galaxy. And they point out where Earth is in this vast array of stars and planets and rocks and moons. And we're this tiny little speck. And we now know that there's galaxy after that there's literally thousands of galaxies in our universe. And we're not even talking about string theory. We're just talking about the ones that we can now see through telescopes, which we're looking back in time when we see them. And that vastness And here we are, 8 billion of us walking around on this planet. It's easy to get lost in, does any of this matter? Well, yes, because what matters are the memories that you create and the people that you care about. And the things that you do work towards that. And you're going to do certain things based upon how you control your mind and how you control your physiology. At the end of the day, when you're sitting in that rocking chair at 95, 105, 135, whatever it is, you're going to remember moments. You're going to remember the times that you did things for other people. You're going to remember the times with the ones that you loved. So those are the things to focus on. And those are the things to make sure that they happen. We got to all make a living. We got to all pay the bills. We got to all do our thing. But we can also intentionally set time to make sure that we create those memories as we go through our life. That way, when you're looking back, you're like, remember when we did this? Remember when we did that? Remember when we built that memory? So I encourage you to adopt the 90-second rule. It's a great standard to live by. You're not going to be perfect. It's progress, not perfection. But when something comes up and you're in a suffering state means that it's not a positive state. It's not helpful. So suffering is anger, depression, all of those various types of things. Remember, our physiology is the way to change our state. So when you're in one of those trigger response states, say to yourself, you're only going to stay there for 90 seconds. And then how do you get out of it? You change your physiology and you change your focus. You get up and you move around and you focus on what you do have. You focus on what you are grateful for. You focus on what is great in your life. And if you say nothing, then you focus on, okay, well, what could be great if I wanted to make it that way? And now suffering's going to end. When you change your expectation for appreciation, suffering ends. Give it a shot. Thank you very much for watching. Happy Thursday. Going to say good morning to everybody. Amanda, great to see you. Mr. Lampy, thank you so much for hopping on. And Ann, great to see you. Mr. Lampy, thank you so much for your donation to Tanya's cause. We're getting there. I think I'm going to get those numbers from her, but I think we're more than halfway to raising her money, which is awesome. I'm super grateful. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. It truly means the world to me. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.